One of Washington's senators is trying to block the president from taking military money out of our state.
So about a month ago, we learned the president trying to redirect nearly $90 million meant for Bangor submarine base to pay for his border wall. Q13 Simone de Rosario spoke with Senator Patty Murray about her plans to stop him.
So Senator Murray told me today she plans to bring a bill to the Senate next week that'll not only get back Bangor's military construction money, but also more than 100 other construction projects across the country that the president pulled to pay for the border wall.
So it will take it back and say he cannot use it. And obviously timing is important. We want to move it quickly. But it also makes sure that no president today or in the future can bypass Congress to loot federal dollars from our military to fund their pet projects.
Now, Congress had already directed this money for these specific military construction projects. The president got around it by declaring a national emergency to take these funds to build the border wall. And the Supreme Court recently said he could access some billions of dollars in defense money while the issue plays out in court, since there are a lot of legal challenges to do with this, including a Washington state lawsuit. Now, the reality is it is really hard to get anything through Congress right now, especially on the Senate side. I asked the senator how she even plans to move forward with this legislation next week, given that Republicans have control. Her strategy in this is two-part. One, reaching any senator, regardless of party, whose state is losing military construction money over this. And two, selling them on how this is actually setting a precedent for any president of any party to take money from Congress that may be meant for something else. And it is important to note that Congress has already twice tried to vote to end the president's emergency declaration, with some Republicans actually siding with Democrats on this, but they haven't been able to garner enough votes to be able to override that presidential veto.
And I know that we've talked about this before, but what was that money intended for at the submarine base?
Right, so the naval submarine base Bangor is home to where the U.S. keeps its Pacific fleet of U.S. Trident ballistic missiles. Now, Congress had authorized about $89 million to build, among other things, a pier for two huge blocking vessels. I did dig into the Department of Defense request. It said that without this pier, basically the mission requirements are more than they can handle for safely transiting these submarines, saying the current situation calls for extensive berth shifts and unnecessary days spent away from home port when there's no pier available. Without an upgrade, they'll continue to fall short of Department of Defense directives and requirements, and inadequate maintenance space, quote, jeopardizes the readiness conditions of escort vessels. Now, for a couple of years now, Congress has approved far less than the president wants for his border wall construction. By pulling all of this money away from these military projects across the country, he's been able to pull together about $3.5 billion for the wall.
All right, Simone, thank you.